What's going on, Milli Roaders? If this is not your first time tuning into the channel, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you guys can keep up with the weekly content that I do, like reviews like this one and many others. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to use my affiliate link below to purchase your new domain or your new website if that's what you're looking for. All the information will be in the description below. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 Toyota RAV4 XLE. So this car is, I'm doing this review because I literally went on a trip to San Francisco and we drove up to Lake Tahoe with this car, and I thought it was a great car. I didn't really expect anything from it, but since I've never reviewed it, I'm like, you know, what a perfect chance to review this car since I've driven it for almost 300 miles already, so it's great. So the first thing I want to start off with that was really impressive was the way this car drives. First of all, you don't hear any road noise whatsoever, and the car feels great when you're driving on the road. It takes all the bumps really nicely, and especially for the price point for this car specifically, which is $27,000, I don't think it gets much better than this. For the engine, I thought it was going to struggle with only coming with 204 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. I thought I was going to struggle going up the hills. You know, being in California, there's a lot of hills and mountains and stuff. I really thought I was going to struggle, but it didn't at all. It went smoothly, and of course, the 8-speed transmission that it does come with, I did not feel any shifts whatsoever. It drives really nice for the price point and for what it is. Now, moving on to the storage compartment, because that's something I really want to talk about, because it's another thing that impressed me. I usually do these reviews and I try to fit my golf bag into the cargo space of the cars that I review, but since I'm on a trip, I have something even better for you guys. I actually stored, I'm gonna put a clip here of how much space it actually has with skis and snowboard that we rented, and we put it in the cargo space. And of course, I also I'm gonna put another clip here of our two bags, like our traveling bags are full size. They both weigh 50 pounds each, and of course that's all my wife's stuff. And then we also have a carry-on that I put on top of it, so you can see here in the clip that all that fits with the rear seats still up, so you can still have 5 people in the car and have those 2 huge heavy bags in the car with you and have a very comfortable ride. Now, of course, you're asking, well, what are the numbers? So the cargo space is 39 cubic feet of storage with the seats up, and then 69 cubic feet of storage with the rear seats down. So of course, it's plenty of space. You know, sometimes numbers, you can't really imagine it unless you put something in the trunk, and that's exactly what I did for you guys, so you guys can see how much space this car really has instead of just trying to picture what the numbers mean. So I hope you guys are able to see that. So now moving on to the exterior of the car, I really like how this car looks. Just like, I really like the front because it looks aggressive. I'm a huge fan of cars that look aggressive in the front, just because they have the pointed down headlights and the grille is very big, so I really like that. Apart from that, the wheels that it comes with, it's not that nice, but once again, you're looking at the price point here, and for the car you're getting, I think it's pretty good. So a couple of weeks ago, I reviewed the Hyundai Tucson SE, and I think this is a great comparison to that car, but I do think that this car is a lot better for the money. The only thing that I feel like the Tucson is a little bit better than this one is the infotainment system. So the infotainment system on this one, I think it's very nice. It's 7 inches. Of course, there's an option to go up to an 8-inch display. So right here we have the 7-inch display, which is still pretty nice. But the only thing I don't like about this is that these buttons here, I feel like they're very laggy. And as you can see, like I'm trying to, hit the different buttons. It takes a while to go through it. So of course, this does come with Apple CarPlay, and it's a huge plus for me because I feel like every car nowadays should definitely have Apple CarPlay, and that's exactly what we have here, but it just is a little laggy and I don't like that. The steering wheel, I feel like it has all the buttons that you need, so you don't have to take your hand off the steering wheel. Of course, I just did that, but not a big deal. But it has all the buttons that you need to put the volume, the volume on the song, whatever, change station, whatever you guys got to do, you have it all here, and you have a nice digital display in the center, right between the speedometer and the tach. Another thing that I do like about this car is that, again, for the price point, you have dual climate control. which many other cars don't for this price. And I really like it. I like the button feels. They don't feel plasticky. They feel very nice. These buttons here are okay. I don't like that you have to press buttons to higher and lower the fan speed, but whatever, that's not a big deal. But as you can tell, you could change the different size, you know, to whatever temperature you want, or you can sync them both and they both have the same temperature without a problem. Another thing that this car doesn't have, which is not, in my opinion, not a big deal, it doesn't have heated car seats, but not a big deal for me, in my opinion. Maybe it's to you guys, maybe some of you guys do want it, but the higher trims, I'm sure, do have heated car seats. The windows. So usually with the cars that are, you know, this price point, you only have one automatic window, which is the driver's side. So you press it, it goes down by itself, and then you lift up the windshield by itself. So this one has for both the passenger and the driver's side windows to be automatic. So I think that's a great touch, or a great addition. A cool thing that I like about this car is the storage compartment that it has right on top of the glove compartment. I really like how it has a nice little, I guess, rivet there, so you can put your stuff, your phone. I think that's very nice. So that way you don't have to like store it somewhere else in the car. And of course you have another spot right here, so you could put more stuff there, your phone or gloves, like how I have it there. Now behind there you do have a USB port, so that way you could connect your Apple CarPlay. Moving on to the transmission, I know I spoke about it a few minutes ago, but I really do like this 8-speed transmission. Of course, you have all these buttons here, which I used on this trip a lot. So I was able to put it on snow, and since this car does come with the optional all-wheel drive, with I think it's like $1,000 more, it really did help a lot on the snowy surfaces and like the mushy surfaces that was left behind. I really like these features, that it made it super easy for us to be able to select the option that you want. You could even put it in eco, you know, or sport mode, but I don't really use those. The one that I did use a lot was the snow button. The last thing I want to go over is the space in the rear seats. So when I went, I was able to sit back in the rear seats, and I want to put a clip here of me sitting in the rear seat and see how much space I have from my knee to the back of the driver's seat. And that's with me, as you know, with my driver's seat, I guess, like how I would sit when I'm driving. So I really see that there's a lot of space from my kneecap to the back of the driver's seat, which is great. All right guys, so we caught a little bit of rain, but the other thing that I want to talk about is the rear seats. So the rear seat in the middle, it does have a little armrest with 2 cup holders, and between the seats toward the front, it does have 2 air vents and then 2 12-volt ports, so that way you can connect your phone or whatever else you got back there. Also in this center console here, you do have 2 USB ports in there, and of course this center console is actually pretty deep, so you can store a lot more stuff. And that's pretty much it, guys. Apart like from the storage in this car, it's very comfortable, very nice ride, and of course it does have some nice safety features that it does come with, which of course is blind spot monitoring. And when you're reversing, it tells you if there's somebody that's going to cross behind you, so it does warn you about that. So I think it's pretty nice. Apart from that, I think it's a great car, especially for the price. And if you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you can see more reviews like this. And that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.